I didn't know why I came so far. Was I blind? Did I not this for past? And my way walked away, that I just got so sick of it. Then the way that I was from, they give me what can see you no more. And you let it go.
Like from them, Dragon, Bird, double Africa, Dragon, blue shot pa rin! And a human! Laser!
So here no! What Dragon does go into Nasty side, there's equalizer in the backline. That is actually, you know, a 5-man!
Astig, malupit, beast mode.
Nakakasila.
Exciting, nakakakaba. Bongga. Solid, breathtaking.
Wasakan, spark.
Colorful,
Mabagsik, mind-blowing, challenging,
electrifying, fabulous.
malupit,
Exquisite, fierce. Garena, lurugan, extreme,
Galvanizing.
badass.
League of Legends.
Collegiate League 2016, Spring Term, December 13,
13.
2015, 3 p.m. 3 p.m. onwards.
hashtag gets food.
Vacation's over.
Vacation is over.
Ayun.
Alright, vacation is over.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pro Gaming Series 2016 Spring Split. Will be your shoutcasters for this following two matches. I am, of course, GS Asteroid with a 9 alongside. Here with me is...
Hi, I am Gigi Sphere.
Yes, and of course, the PGS 2016 Spring Split is brought to you by the official shotmate of the Pro Gaming Series, which is Booster C. Energy Shot Genius. Boost your focus, boost your game.
Yes. So ayan mga kaibigan, kanina nakita natin yung konting highlight lang sa ating mangyayaring laban bukas for the LCL matches.
Yes.
LOL Collegiate League Spring Term 2016. Bukas na mag-i-start yan, 3 p.m. So mark your
Calendars.
mga calendars na dyan.
or cell
Inyong
phones.
alarm clock.
Ay.
I-set nyo na yan mga kaibigan. Bukas na 3 p.m. magkakaroon tayo ng matches between universities sa League of Legends.
So if you're, in one of those universities, why not give your, school spirit and show some support by watching the LCL tomorrow again at 3 p.m.
Yes, 3 p.m.
All right. So let's get into the schedules of what will be the teams that will play for those new viewers out there na kakabukas pa lang ng stream nila. So it will be Imperium Pro Team versus NAGA Esports. It'll be the veterans versus, the control type of playstyle that NAGA Esports will bring out.
Alam mo, in my opinion, medyo maganda yung magiging laban dito between these two teams, knowing na IPT, to be honest, the strongest team right now here in the Philippines. Perfect score. Wala pa silang talo sa ating PGS ngayon, sa ating season, in this current season.
Actually,
pero
just one lose.
isa pa lang ang talo nila. Sorry pala, one lose pa lang so far. And sila rin leading bago manalo yung Mines kanina sa dalawang laban nila against team ng Infuse Esports. So right now, this is a match between Team NAGA Esports and team ng Imperium Pro Team. We'll see what might happen dito.
Yeah, you also have to note that these two mid laners, Light and Daigo, have used that Anivia beforehand in the previous weeks, and Anivia has been nerfed in the 5.24. That her range on the Glacial Storm being from 1,200 will be on that 1,000 side na lang. And what this actually does is that if you are on that, quick cast kayo, if nag-quick cast kayo guys, you can't see the range. Pag tinry yung i-press yung gitna na yon, Anivia, if she's not in range of that cast, it will actually, force her to move until she's in range. And that might, put that Anivia player on a very awkward position.
Medyo delikado yun.
Yeah, but, I guess these players won't play that kind of champion because of that awkward nerf that will just, put you out of position. So guys, when that is all said and done, let's go into the ban and pick phase between Imperial Pro Team and NAGA Esports.
Alright, this is it. First ban of Team IPT brand. So no questions asked dito. Nakita natin so far sa ating mga labans for the Pro Gaming Series spring split, sorry.
Yeah.
Naging term na tuloy because of the LCN. Ito, we have brand 100%
Win rate.
Ratio dito, no? Listen as well, kaya na pinili siya ng team ng Infuse Esports. So right now, trash na ba ng team ng NAGA Esports? I think may napansin ako medyo pagkakaiba dito sa NAGA ngayon, no? I think Akarin is also their mid lane, tama ba?
No, it's still Daigo, and Akarin was last week their jungler. But
Okay.
yeah.
Jungler, Akarin. So
Yeah.
Daigo, nung nakita ko yung mga previous matches nila dito, yung stats nila, Daigo, sobrang ganda ng nagiging performance nila lagi. And I think in my opinion, no, for the members of Team NAGA, na Daigo yung kanilang key player dito sa kanilang team.
Yes, that is true. He has made some miraculous plays that put NAGA Esports on the board in terms of the stats. Looking into the bans of Imperial Pro Team, Brand onto Badger, Lee Sin for Akira, and Suzuko for the Fiora. All of these bans are directed onto the individual players of NAGA Esports.
Tama pala, it was Badger who used Brand twice
Yes.
nung last match nila dito.
And if you're a support who mains Brand in this competitive scene, you will never get to use him. Kasi I believe it was last week that Explicit Hardcore Gaming Neep used the Brand and actually put themselves in a 1-1 situation against Mineski. And you know, just Brand, kahit man ano siya, even though if his Pillar of Flame did, you know, got that mana cost increase, he's still a very potent support. All you have to do is just, you know, to time or to at least manage that pillar of flame spam na lang siguro.
Yeah. Pero Thunderlord din most probably yung mga usually ginagawa sa kanya for the Keystone, right? Or
for Brand.
there's a lot of possible strategy for him.
It depends if you're more of specific na lang kasi yung champions na kumukuha ng Keystone for the Deathfire's Touch kasi it did get nerfed and mas madaming nakaka-benefits Thunderlord Siki, like you said, but then
Majority Thunderlord.
yeah, but I think for a brand who has that, I think Seer yung kanyang passive, it's still better to go for it with the Deathfire's Touch.
The damage per second dito,
Yeah,
which could
it's
pretty
all
much
about
help
that
him
BOT.
to dominate the lane dito. So first pick of Team IPT, they have Mundo, and no questions as dito, still very effective after no kanyang recent patch na meron tayo for the Masteries. Sobrang laki ng bigay sa kanya dito because of the runic yata, if I'm not mistaken, yung nagkakaroon siya ng bonus in terms of yung health regeneration, the lifesteal, and the other stuffs that
Yes.
could benefit him to win the laning phase and also the late game dito.
Yes, and you have to know that Imperial Pro Team can make this into a jungler or a top laner. So they haven't still, you know, shown to NAGA Esports what they can still do because looking into it, Alistar and Misfortune are already the set bottom lane for this team, and that is a pretty strong combo. You set up Alistar for the Pulverize, stop anybody who goes in, and then, you know, Misfortune with the love taps as well as that double up, just putting so much damage.
Yes, Kalista so far has been picked up by Team NAGA dito. So take note mga kaibigan, so far, if I'm not mistaken, lagi ginagamit ni Hate itong si Kalista. And right now, no, nakuha sa kanya si Kalista. Actually, they first pick itong si Misfortune. Meron nga ba siyang strategy na nakatago dito to go against Kalista here in the bottom lane? And take note, ang kanyang support ay si Alistar. So right now, they're hovering itong si Vayne. Mukhang magkakaroon ng medyo kakaibang unusual strategy itong team ng IPT. Whatever it is, we'll see after a few seconds after mag-lock in ang kanilang mga champion dito. Kung si Vayne nga ba ay gagamitin nila dito for the AD carry, anong magiging position itong si Misfortune in this matchup?
I don't think so. Kasi it's not
10 seconds, 30 seconds left before
well, there's a lot of
they lock
seconds.
in this one.
Yeah, and just looking into it naman, I don't think so. Papakita siguro nila yung jungler nila or ano. Hintayin muna natin dito. But now looking into the
Oh my
composition
gosh,
of...
they're locking
Really?
in
Wow!
si Vayne. Vayne and Misfortune for Team IPT.
What?
This is going to be very interesting. Whatever is going to be this champion's role. Tignan natin kung ano mangyayari.
Okay.
Wait, wala pa. Hindi, it's either...
I believe it's gonna be a top...
Questionable.
I believe kasi, like, players do the ADC top lane Quinn before, diba? And Vayne, in a matchup, if you go in against the Malphite, can be successful. Though, as a Vayne kasi, like, she doesn't have a lot of escape tools pre-level 6. She has possibly just... Alright, wait, never mind. It's going to be a mid... What is this? Okay, wait. So it's going to be a...
medyo confusing right now to think what the possible role of this
Pag
champions.
nag-swap na lang sila, we'll give our input when that happens. So right now, let's just look into the composition of NAGA, which is easier to read than this wacky composition that Imperium Pro Team are just showing to us right now. They have they have 3 frontliners.
This could be possible. A mid lane misfortune.
Misfortune,
Pero Yasuo, I doubt that they could use that for the support role. However, yes, I think this is pretty much it. The swap has been done. So mid lane IPT Light for Yasuo and top lane itong si West using a misfortune. This is going to be very interesting, mga kaibigan. Misfortune against a Malphite in the top lane. A very tanky champion against a very bursty champion right now.
Yeah, and Misfortune though looks like if they don't put a lot of defense for Suez, he's just gonna get caught so many times by this Trundle. And what?
What is happening for Team IPT?
Support.
Pero, yeah, let's talk about the lineup of Team NAGA.
Yeah, yun na lang.
Sobrang ganda ng kanilang lineup dito. They have the knock-up that they need, the damage output coming from Azir. Nangyari na ba ngayon yung patch na nakikita ko sa Facebook wherein every time yung mga soldiers itong si Azir ay dumaan sa kanya, masasama siya?
I think so.
You can use
Sinama
that.
na ata eh.
Oh, nakakita kasi ako ng mga videos ngayon, mga clips ngayon sa Facebook wherein when he used the soldier and then parang nag-E siya to dive in and then ginamit siya pabalik, parang masasama siya dun ng nung mas malayo pa yung range niya dito. Because of that, mas mukhang magiging effective tong si Daigo in the mid lane right now against IPT Light. We'll see what might happen dito.
And Daigo, you have to note, guys, is one of the Azir players here in the Pro Gaming Series. He has made himself, well, he's mostly the the Yasuo, but then his Azir is really good as well. Now, just the composition for NAGA, all similar to what Mineski were doing a while ago. They have the dive composition, especially having that Malphite initiating just very, very well. If he hits that unstoppable force, you can follow up with the hook coming in from the Nautilus.
So
and then,
the Fate's Call as well is just
of course.
So much knock-up from the team.
Yeah, and this allows the Nautilus to not only rely on the hook for that that devastating blow to lock your opponents with the root from your passive. You can only use, like you said, the Fate's Call for that, knock your opponent up, then follow that up. Just so much CC coming in from the NAGA side, but Imperium Pro Team actually goes in for a top lane Alistar.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mukhang tapos na ang kanilang pagsaswap dito, so hindi na natin napansin kung ano yung nangyari. But we have a support Misfortune and an AD carry role na si Vayne in the bottom lane.
Alright, so
it's going to be very interesting talaga. We'll see how they will be able to utilize these two champions to go against Kalista and Nautilus.
Yeah, so they have some form of CC with the Misfortune on that Make It Rain, some slows. But then when Badger gets even one of them caught in his auto attack and roots someone down, and then just follows up with the dredge line. There's so much CC that allows Luxuria on these two switchy champions to just get really painful Ren stacks. It's really weird coming in from Imperium Pro Team side.
At saka isa pang naiisip ko kung anong magiging mangyayari dito is that kung ito bang si Poisanity ay mag-AP or mag-AD, since parehong may scaling ang kanyang skills dito. Like for example, yung kanyang Make It Rain, kung di ako nagkakamali, meron siyang AP scaling skill na ratio dito. Pero we'll see kung anong gagawin ni Poisanity dito. I doubt na he would focus more on the AP side than the AD since it's a Misfortune and mas malaki possible na output niya when he goes for the AD carry.
Yes, but grabe talaga. But there is still the possibility of Imperium Pro Team using these two AD champions for a much more interesting composition rather than just going in for the 1-1-2. They possibly could go for that 4-1 split push, or rather immediate push into the top lane. Can be a possibility because Misfortune and Vayne do have okay damage early on. Well, Vayne has to stack up with the items, but then Misfortune is... yeah. Nalilito lang talaga ako kasi
medyo nagbigla tayo sa ganitong lineup ng team ng IPT. Pero we'll see for this matchup, mga kaibigan. You're watching the Pro Gaming Series 2016 Spring Split. And this is a match between Team IPT, Imperium Pro Team, and Team NAGA Esports. We'll see what might happen dito. Again, sa laban na ito, medyo questionable picks coming from the IPT. They have the AD carry Vayne and the AD/support na si Miss Fortune. And their lineup, they only have 2 tanky champions for this team. They have Alistar, na sobrang, with his unbreakable will, I think will be enough to be a very tanky champion in the top lane. And Dr. Mundo as well, very heavy tanky champions in the top lane. Against the NAGA Esports, they only have, they have 3 musketeers. Magigiting naman dirigma dito sa kanilang laban. And they have, in my opinion, there's no burst damage coming from the members of NAGA Esports dito. Wala silang ganun katinding burst damage, but they have to keep their distance to win the upcoming team fight. So, the purpose of these 3 champion, na meron silang sobrang matitigas na champion, is to be the front line of this game. So, they have to catch all the damage coming from their opponent. And then yung dalawa sa likod, they have the Azir, they have the Kalista to just, well, bigay lang kanilang damage potential against their opponent dito.
Yes, and you have to note that NAGA actually picked one of the best champions to go against the auto-attack, ADRs, which is Malphite. Build him with that Frozen Heart, and he just stops so much of your auto-attack potential. Especially that he also has that Unstoppable Force just to stick to your face.
So, ayun yung Frozen Heart nga na sinasabi mo kanina is to stop the AD carries or the auto-attackers dito sa laban na ito. So parang sa totoong buhay lang, di ba, kapag dumigas na yung puso mo, yung mga
hindi to kas pag hindi humuhugot si GG0 o kaya si GS Asoray.
Wala na yung mga bagay-bagay. Pero yeah, I think ganun yung mangyayari dito. Nahalo ko lang din bigla.
Tama naman. Pero syempre, saka rin kasi, December na, malamig ang Pasko.
Oo, matik lahat ng tao dito
Sino bang nagpapainit sa inyo, guys? Yakap ng mahal nyo o init ng PC nyo?
Pwede natin isipin kung ano nga ba sa dalawa. No? Siguro marami nagpapainit sa kanila yung kanilang PC. Yung init ng kanilang PC dito, yung mga paan nila. Sinasalam yung PC nila.
So, at least hindi sila nalalamig kasi malamig din ng Pasko. Alright guys, so the Pro Gaming Series 2016 Spring Split is brought to you by the official shotmate of the PGS Booster C. Genius Energy Shot. Boost your focus, boost your game.
Yan, kanina uminom ako niyan at sobrang laki ng naging boost sa aking katawan. Parang booster, parang gano'n yan. Kung nakakapanood kayo ng mga anime dyan na may dragon, may booster yan. Pero yes, in this matchup, I would say that in terms of the early laning phase, I would give the advantage for the team of NAGA Esports kasi they have the strong points na kailangan nila dito to win the early laning phase. Pero yun nga, in terms of the late game, pag nakita natin yung potential itong si Boy Sanity having a Miss Fortune as his champion, they only have the slow like what you've said kanina, the slow and the stun coming from the condemn of Vayne dito. Yun lang magiging kanilang utility skills to win the bottom lane. Pero I would say na Coops will pretty much focus in the bottom lane sa laban na ito.
Yes, but again, guys, for that, so let's of course have a roll call. These 2 teams are now going to go into a best-of-2 series. Imperial Pro team on the blue side, it's going to be Suez with the top lane Alistar. In the jungle, it's going to be Coops on that Mundo. And in the mid lane, it's going to be Light for the Yasuo. And in the bottom lane duo, it's going to be Hate on a Vayne and Poisanity on a Misfortune.
Yes, for that, mga kaibigan, we have the NAGA Esports for the red side. NAGA Suzaku in the top lane with the Malphite. Akirain with Trundle for the jungle. NAGA Daigo para sa kanilang mid laner as Azir Luxuria in the carry role. We have Kalista and Nautilus. Syempre, wala nang iba kundi si Badger.
Yeah, so just looking at the stats of Poisanity with whatever shenanigans is he gonna do with this Misfortune. Alright, so
nakaka pagpabagabag yung mga nangyari dito. It's kind of unusual to see this kind of lineup. Look at this item, the Spell Thieves. As his first support item. So, mukhang gagawin nga niya yung AP Misfortune dito.
So I can actually see the composition of Imperial Pro team. What they're gonna go for is that when he actually gets that into that Frost Queen's Claim upgrade, gets the Twin Shadows, activating, it actually has a lot of slow coming in from this Misfortune alongside the Make It Rain. And then it just allows Imperial Pro team to make their composition more of the kite style and then just, keep the members of NAGA Esports at bay. But then NAGA Esports have so much engage with the Unstoppable Force, with the Depth Charge, Dredge Line. I don't know how this will turn out. This
Yeah.
is so weird.
Ayun nga yung sinasabi mo kanina, no? Sobrang effective ngayon, sobrang ganda ng pagpili nila dito for Malphite in this game, knowing that Malphite could just initiate, use the unstoppable force, and stop Poisanity and Hate dominating the backline of this game. So, whatever happens in this game, it's all about how Poisanity and Hate dominate their laning phase against Suzaku in the top lane. So, they swap the lanes, and it's pretty much to avoid the bottom lane potential na meron si Luxuria and Badger sa laban na ito.
Yes. So now it just looks like Hate as well as Poisanity are not looking to go... Actually, they're freezing the lane. I thought they were going to go fast push it and then just allow Imperial Pro Team to get a turret fast. But they're gonna at least starve Suzaku in the top lane. But Suzaku with the, you know, the much more... common sense decision is to just go with Akarane, get the XP from that jungle, and just return to this top lane with a few items and at least enough HP from the level ups that you'll stay in this top lane a bit longer.
Yes, and right now, napapansin natin na mas mabilis nagpo-push itong si Luxuria and Badger in the bottom lane compared to the top lane of Team IPT. We have Hate and Poisanity trying their best to clear up the wave as fast as they can in the top lane dito. And I think I would give the advantage right now for Team NAGA Esports if they manages to pull off an early push in the bottom lane before IPT made their way in the top lane as well. Ang mangyayari dito is that they could translate to go for that dragon, or they could either go for the dragon or go to the mid lane and push that turret. Pero I would suggest that they could go for the dragon kasi one of the reason why ang mga AD carries natin and the support roles in the bottom lane is to get the dragon anytime na magkaroon sila ng chances dito.
Yes.
So right now, if ever pilitin nila yung kunin yung first dragon of the game, magkakaroon dito ng 3v2 or 4v2 mangyayari kung nagkataon since only Suez and Light will try to defend that dragon.
Yes, but you also have to note that the Rift Herald is a factor here for Imperial Pro Team. If they have that 2 ADRs in the top lane, that Rift Herald can be a dream that they can opt to go for. But like you said, it looks like NAGA Esports with the 4-man push in this bottom lane, and Imperial Pro Team actually gonna send 3 people to answer for it.
Yeah, habang iniiwan nila si Vayne's top lane, Hate trying to push the top lane by himself. Right now, Suez will try to go in the bottom lane, 3 versus 4.
And it just looks like NAGA Esports are content with sieging this bottom lane just into the top lane. Hate is farming. He's not actually opting to go in for that immediate kill onto the top tier 1 because he just doesn't have enough damage for it. Look at that. Light onto Daigo.
Well, the Thunder Lord Azir dito here in the mid lane. Right now, nahirapan si Light to go against Daigo here in the mid lane. Well, unlayo-layo ng Asian, but Daigo diving in.
Oh, nicely done. Eve from him. Shifting Sands uses the shield to actually soak up the damage from Light, and with the help from Akarane, just force Light from his own mid lane. Look at that. Akarane still wants some blood. Just following his opponent. Ginagamit niya yung VLC, media player na,
The
ano?
VLC media player coming from Rattle dito in this game.
Okay.
Right now,
Anong nangyari dito? Suez and Poisanity. Mukhang sila yung naging duo bot eh. But looking into that, Daigo will be forced to flash. Knocks up by Light. Actually might get the kill onto him. There's the barrier. Will it be enough? But no. The Infected Cleaver will get the last hit as that was a 1-for-1 trade in the mid lane. Light with the kill onto actually Light. Or rather, Daigo with the kill onto Light.
oh my gosh. Badger na huli si Poisanity to Poisanity disengaging back here in the bottom lane. And yeah, mukhang kailangan nilang mag-disengage once again sa laban nila.
Sobrang daming best na nakita si Daigo naglalaro ng Yasuo. Nalilito na ako. Nasasabi ko na pala. Kasi pag may nag-Yasuo, talaga siya iniisip ko eh. Daigo, in my memories.
Hindi na magandang point ka. Pero, yeah, right now siguro, since nasabi mo na Daigo has been using Vayne a lot of, Yasuo, almost every game here in the PGS, I think na aware siya kung ano yung mga possible na gawin niya
against the counterplay.
Look at what is happening in the bottom lane. It does look like Miss Fortune is the AD carry. Pero kung mapapansin nyo sa CS, it was
Suez. Kay Suez
who's getting the CS dito, and still support pa rin talaga ang role niya.
Here comes the gank in the top lane. The bite connects onto Hate, pushes out Akarane, but there is the VLC stopping the ADR of Imperial Pro Team to back off. He still has his his flash up, but it will not be used as he was right in time for his turret to back him up.
It was a nice attempt coming from the members of NAGA dito to gap the top lane. However, it's still a Vayne. Used the tumble, he used the heal. However, na-burn niya yung kanyang heal, yung kanyang heal dito. So without that heal, he's somehow vulnerable na top lane dito. So he can survive that and from another gank if ever na maging ready talaga ang team ng NAGA Esports. They need to make sure that they have to burn this flash as well to make sure that they could kill itong si Hate in the top lane dito. But still, even though mag-isa, itong si Hate sa top lane, kaya niya sumabay. Wow, I was surprised with meron siyang Thunder Lord Summoner spell for his champion.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna go in for probably an AP Alistar if he wants to go in for something like that. Actually, Bruiser type Alistar is also a possibility. And well, he only needs to maximize the potential of that Unbreakable Will to just tank his opponents, and that's a possibility because before I've been using a top lane Alistar with only AP items and it works so well. If you want to,
ko yun.
yeah,
It was the early stages of Season 5. Hindi ako nagkakamali na Trinity Force first item yata dito for, for an Alistar.
I think that was the time where in Trinity Force dun sa headbutt ni Alistar actually procs Trinity Force. That was so unfair.
Sobrang pati nun ni
Alistar
during that time. Pero ayan na nakita natin ngayon. Usually before the soldier will try to stop him.
Look at the soldiers though. They're on the side saying they're gonna greet Badger saying, kamusta ka na, Badger? So bang gank to si Light? Ayun, force natin yung flash niya. Okay.
At least he managed to burn that flash in the mid lane. Still, somehow medyo worth siya, I would say. Kasi Summoner spell, the flash specifically would take around 5 minutes to cool down.
Unless you do have the mastery that does, put down 15% of that.
And yung distortion, we have the 25%.
Yeah, as well as the Ionian Boots of Lucidity. Alright, so now, in terms of the leads, we do see there that Suzaku, unstoppable force, but hey, with a very nice flash, actually uses it at the very last second. Just baits out Suzaku. Sabi niya, okay bro, I'm just gonna use this, and then woof, wala na ako dyan.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much the proof na hindi unstoppable yung force na yun.
Yeah. It's unstoppable, pero pwede mo siyang iwasan.
You can still dodge that one.
Get out of the way. But again, we were talking about this a while ago. If Vayne was actually going to be the top laner, and well, in a case, it is right now, there is a lot of possibilities to get the catch onto her, but now there's going to be engaged in the bottom lane.
Wow, boy, Sanity mga kaibigan, trying his best to disengage.
Oh no, here comes
teleport! He exhausts yung Surya dito. Hindi managed to turn it around mga kaibigan. Successfully teleported in the bottom lane, but yes, naiwan si Suzaku in the top lane dito.
Wow, not a lot of coordination. They're coming in from the duo bot of NAGA. They got a lot of initial damage onto Sanity, but just wasn't enough to get the kill on him under the turret. And wow, Hate was actually there pretty fast. I didn't even know he was there.
Oh my gosh, teleport coming from Suzaku mga kaibigan to respond in the bottom lane. This dragon hack of his head is gonna mga kaibigan.
Oh, here comes Daigo! Alright, it looks like it's gonna be a fighting. It looks like it's just gonna be Imperium Pro Team running for their lives. But look at this, Suzaku as well as Akare. They're here, they want Hate. He only has nothing in his hands. Never mind that heal was... Oh my god! The creep! Okay. It almost killed Akare in there.
Pero, I think bad call coming from Team IPT dito. Translating the Dragon. It could have been better siguro kung he manages to burn to burst that dragon as fast as they can. Yun nga lang, medyo tagaran sila na sobra, medyo iwalay pa rin sila. Light was not there. He was still in the mid lane, not giving any response in that state of the game.
Yeah, and you have to also note that, sinabi nyo na, Imperial Pro Team didn't also get the immediate HP down on the dragon, so they couldn't get it, and that was actually, looking into it, like a 6v4. The dragon was still alive. It was all hitting the tank members of Imperial Pro Team, and that just made it awkward for them. But wow, Badger here taking a lot of damage. There's the Infected Flavor connecting onto him.
Yes, this is pretty much another kill for the team IPT dito. Badger taking so much damage. He goes down.
He goes down.
He champion mga kaibigan. He used the bot.
That's
Headbutt mga kaibigan.
Nice one.
As well.
Luxuria gonna try to kite the members of Imperium Pro Team. What is happening? Imperium Pro Team are in no position. There's the Conquering Sands. It will conquer the HP of Light as it looks like Luxuria got the last hit.
What a turnaround for the members of
What was
NAGA
that?
Esports dito.
Wow.
At mas malaki pa, yung nakuha nilang kill doon, Boys Sanity.
But it's not
got
over
knocked.
yet, ladies and gentlemen. There's the knockup coming in from Suzaku. Where's the seismic shard from this Rocky Malphite? It will actually be just, what is that? It explodes into the face of Poisanity.
Oh my gosh, 3-8 score na
animation,
ngayon ang Team NAGA Esports, and they have the advantage that they need to secure their advantage in this game. Right now, they got the Rift Herald buff. They could push the top lane. They got the bottom first tier turret.
Yes.
While 3 members of Team NAGA Esports is trying to try and push this top lane dito. Wow, nahuli si Swes mga kaibigan, but
Yes, but will not follow through. And, well, the playstyle right now of Imperium Pro Team is more on that we just allow hate to farm the side lanes, but well, this meta, this patch, or yeah, with the addition of the Rift Herald, if the opposing team gets it, there's just so much objectives that they can go for this. That split pushing playstyle or strategy from Imperium Pro Team might not be enough. But now in the mid lane, Daigo is trying to defend his turret as it looks like it's going to be a dive onto him.
wow, he used the last one mga kaibigan. Just in time, but they have
nice
to push him
ultimate.
back.
Wow.
Turnaround from Team NAGA Esports dito. Suwes taking a lot of damage.
There you
They try
go.
to push him out. And they're pushing the second tier turret here in the top lane as well. Wow.
But look at that. Hey, it's still in the bottom lane farming 98 to the 85 of Luxuria. But Luxuria has 2 kills, got that top tier 1 and top tier 2, and they're actually going to translate that into the mid tier 1 as well.
Yes, this mid lane, first tier turret of Team IPT will go down. They will try their best to get the second tier turret as well. I pretty much think that that's their next objective of this game. Tinayunan mga kaibigan ni Daigo ang kanyang turret dito. This turret will go down nga ba for the NAGA Esports or they will go for that dragon.
Yeah, and I think they knew that Poisanity still had his ultimate up, as well as the other members of Imperium Pro Team coming
lucky.
back to life. But look at that turret, putting
Grabe.
Daigo to, or rather Light, to very low HP.
Dumilim sila dun ha. Grabing damage coming from that turret na meron itong si...
Wow, look at the
Azir.
itemizations from Haith. Still hasn't finished either his Blade of the Wind King or Static Shiv. Badger does miss that dredge line, but he's gonna connect with this depth charge. He wants to go in onto Haith as much as possible, but you have to know that there's a teleport coming in from Suez. But you know, it was K. They actually baited that out quite well. You know, because they would either get the kill from Haith or force the TP from Suez. They didn't overcommit to it because they got a lot more out of that because they only needed the Fate's Call to make it, you know, to make Badger escape that situation.
Sulit-sulit na rin siguro yung teleport na yun. Yung pag-burn ng teleport na yun. Even though sabihin natin na nag-cooldown siya at
Yes.
hindi siya napunta doon, still, napigilan niya yung pagkamatay doon ni Hate. And of course, if ever na nagpumilit pa ang team ng NAGA Esports to go for the Hate during that time, siguradong ma-turn around pa yun because Vayne, Hate right now, he got the Bridgewater Cutlass. And as soon as he got his Blade of the Ruined King, mahihirapan si Luxuria dito. And in my opinion, I think ang pang-count talaga sa Vayne is, I mean, sa kalista is ang Vayne. Kung talaga nakapag-farm siya na maayos. Pero kung na-outfarm itong si Kalista at mga Vayne users natin, mahirapan si Vayne na manalo in terms of yung trade 1v1. Yeah, so Accurate getting that pink ward in the bush. 310 score as of the moment. And in terms of top laners natin, looking at Alistar's item or Suez, he got the Shin. And ang next possible item niya dito is a Phage, I think. Pero
Yes.
384s, we'll see kung 384s nga ba ang bubuuin niya.
But looks like it's going to be a dive onto Haith. Where was the animation coming in from the dredge line? We will not connect actually. But look at that. Members of NAGA Esports will give themselves a 1-2 kill as Imperium Pro Team did not expect that much CC coming in from this Naga team.
They could actually get third tier in the bottom lane if ever na matagalan pa sa pag-respawn itong si IPT, Hate, and Poisanity. Kung di man nila makuha ng third ito, they could have at least makalahati yung buhay na third. But yeah, wala silang isasaan oras dito.
There's the Dredge Line on Daigo, and he will go down immediately. Wow! Grabe, ang bilis mamatay ng members sa Imperium Pro Team dito.
Medyo nahihirapan silang i-utilize yung kanilang champions right now. Badger na huli. Ginamit na kanyang Dredge Line. Pero wow, the pinch call. Coops got knocked up mga kaibigan. Coops taking so much damage. Gagamitin niya nga ba ang kanyang red dito? He got exhausted. Coops napaaga yung paggamit ng kanyang red. Not enough damage for Coops dito. Suzaku taking a lot of damage as well. He still have the bullet time. Or no, I think still on cooldown.
Yes.
Pero they are backing away. Very worth. They got 3 kills, they got the turret, and the inhibitor in the bottom lane.
Yes, you also have to note that Imperium Pro Team, looking into how they were playing as well as their composition, they were betting on the fact that IPT Hate could have, gotten his items, but he's so starved right now. 17 minutes into the game, not even getting himself that Blade of the Ruined King.
Yes.
And Kaitman actually, let's theoretically say, if NAGA East, or rather Imperium Pro Team, gets themselves 3 items for Hate, he actually cannot, capitalize on those items. There is no disengage for Imperium Pro Team. NAGA Esports, all they have to do is, again, either catch him off guard with the Ice Pillar, or it's all up to Suzaku with that Unstoppable Force. And Kaitman, sometimes Suzaku misses that Unstoppable Force. Anyway, he forces something out of the opponent. It's either the flash, or, catching them off guard. And it just allows NAGA Esports to follow through because they have more CC to fall for that. There's the Surima Shuffle from Daigo. There's the Dredge Line and the Depth Charge coming in from Badger. And while I'm talking about that, NAGA Esports get themselves a second Rift Herald 17 minutes into the game.
Yes, and right now, kita-kita natin yung pressure na nabibigay ngayon sa team members of Imperium Pro Team. They're having a very hard time to defend the bottom lane. Kahit na nandun si Hate right now, sobrang grabe itong traktora na to.
I think it's called a Zamboni. Yeah, yung Canadian na... No, I think the Zamboni is yung pag nasa ice rink ka, yung nag-clear out ng ice.
Oo, tama.
Yeah, I think that's what you call it, the
Pero
Zamboni.
ang cool kasi na itsura since it's a Christmas, di ba?
Yeah.
Mukha siyang tanking.
Na may yellow sa
Yeah.
niya. Parang snowplow. Yung tinatanggal yung yellow sa daan pag sa mga countries na merong snow. Sad life daw, walang yebe sa Pilipinas. Pero okay lang guys, malamig pa rin naman ang panahon natin ngayon.
Malamig pa rin kahit na walang niebe dito. Pero yun nga, right now blue turret destroyed in the mid lane. It was Azir's turret. They're pushing the top lane mga kaibigan. Sobrang i-utilize nila itong referral buff. I think this is the first time that I've seen a pro player or a pro team that's pretty much utilizing the buff of this Rift Herald. They're treating this Rift Herald buff like a Baron buff talaga.
Yeah, and while the 4 members of NAGA Esports were distracting Imperium Pro Team, Daigo was able to get the mid-tier 3 open. And while that is happening, you have to check the bottom part of the map. There is no
the flashing
engage!
mga kaibigan. Here comes the last one. They're taking a lot of damage. Ginamit na rin mga kaibigan. Ni Suzaku ang kanyang Unstoppable Force. Dominating na si Luxuria dito. Suez
Luxuria!
used the headbutt for Luxuria. And he got redded. Pero dahil nga doon, Daigo is pushing the mid lane. He got the inhibitor. He got the turret as well. And a life of a player from Imperium Pro Team.
Yeah, I just wanted to see the... Alright, never mind. But just looking into that, that was a 4v4 clash, and Daigo 1v1 Hate. Hate tried to go in for the... Yeah.
19-minute mark. So this will be the
Poisanity!
earliest game na matatapos for this season. Split mga kaibigan. NAGA Esports 19 minutes and 57 seconds ending this game against Team IPT. Congratulations,
Wow.
Team NAGA Esports. Wow, very wow match.
That was just well-deserved coming in from the NAGA side. Grabe. Hindi pa nga, yung time na pag naglalaro ka sa solo queue, hindi pa yun yung time na pwede ka mag-FF. Nangyayari sa NAGA Esports ngayon eh. But yeah, not looking into that, it was just, again, the power from their early game composition and then the pickoffs. And yung this Misfortune support did not do anything for for Imperial Pro team.
I think right now, this is a very experimental thing for Team IPT to
Yeah.
try and use that Misfortune in the support role. Medyo, at first, sobrang nagtataka tayo dito. We didn't know what to say.
Yes.
I mean, how could you imagine a Misfortune support? Ginagamit yan, yes, for the solo queues, but I haven't seen any pro player who tried it in the pro scene. Pero,
Yes.
kudos once again for the NAGA Esports. Sobrang ganda na kanilang objective control, utilizing the Rift Herald buff all throughout the game. Ang ganda na ginawa nila doon.
Yeah. And then their composition, or rather, the composition for Imperium Pro team didn't actually go online. You only have to note that there is one champion who can, or rather, yeah, one champion who can activate the last breath of Daigo. That is Suzaku on the Alistar. But there was no way that, well, an Alistar pulverized would get more than possibly 2 members lang. And again, Naga Esports have so much control with the Azir, and having nobody to stop Suzaku going into the face of Haith in terms of the clashes and in the dives. Imperial Pro team were just in a weird position where they're gonna bet on Haith farming the side lane, but then Naga Esports said, nope, we have the Rift Herald, we're gonna force our way into your base, gets that bottom inhibitor down, and it all just went extremely downhill for Imperial Pro team.
Yeah, so here's our updated standings for the Pro Gaming Series 2016 Spring Split. 4-1 score na for the NAGA Esports. Very good job to win this game. Medyo match sila in par for team ng Imperium Pro team. If ever na manalo ang team ng IPT for the next game, they will have a tie score dito 4-2 and with team ng Mineski.
Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back after a short break. We'll be getting into the second game of this Best of 2 series between Imperium Pro team and Naga Esports. Again, this is the Pro Gaming Series 2016 Spring Sprint, brought to you by the official shotmate of the Pro Gaming Series, Booster C Energy Shot Genius. Boost your focus, boost your game. We are your casters. I am GS Asar with a 9. Alongside here with me is...
I am Gigisphere.
And we'll be right back.